Hello and welcome to Sensitive Success Stories. Today I'm here with Dr. Georgina Compton. I'm really excited to have her here. So Sensitive Success Stories are live conversations here in the group with sensitive and introvert coaches and change makers who have found their own way of doing things and create success in their own way. So Dr. Georgina Compton is a certified functional medicine practitioner and chiropractor with over 16 years experience in helping people improve their health and well-being. And she has a special interest in gut healing health and its connection to almost all diseases. So her previous health issues of her own urged her to head down the holistic health path, and being an HSP, busy mom and business owner, she realized the importance of self-care and addressing underlying causes rather than simply covering the symptoms. So I'm really happy to have you here today, Georgina.
Thank you so much, Frida. Thanks for having me too.
Yeah, great. So tell me a bit about your journey to where you are today.
I suppose as a child growing up, always knew I wanted to help people, but I had no idea how that was going to look like. And it was sort of actually I went to university in Canterbury and tried a whole heap of different things: maths, science, chemistry, languages, and because I had no clue. And it was just by chance that there was a talk being held on chiropractic. I went to it. It made complete sense to me, about improving people's nervous systems and overall health, because our brain and our nervous system control the function of everything. That I went, yep, that's what I want to do. And I pretty much flew to Auckland like within a couple of weeks, did the interview, was there for a day, came back, and that was the start of my chiropractic journey. But then I stayed in Auckland and graduated, did 2 degrees, did a Bachelor of Science as well, and then came out and worked for the president of the College of Chiropractic for a while there. And then eventually I started to realize I wanted to learn more about other areas of health and well-being, including gut health and and nutrition and everything else. So it's when I started going down that path and ended up becoming a certified functional medicine practitioner. And ultimately, the whole thing is I just want to get to the root causes of people's health concerns, and I want to help them with that. So that's where I am today. I have 2 businesses, as you know. Yeah, all about helping people, get as healthy as they can be and function at their best, basically. Yeah.
So it was kind of a natural, you followed your interest thing to where you are today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So when did you realize you were an HSP, a highly sensitive person? Is this something you've known, or was it like a big aha moment?
No, to be honest, yeah, I've never really clicked until recently. I've known I've always been sensitive.
Mhm.
I will cry at a drop of a hat. I'm very, I suppose empathetic. It's just so feeling, I suppose. Easily overwhelmed, overly sensitive. I suppose, but I didn't actually realize there was a word for it. Does that make sense? Until recently, in sort of the past year. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So do you felt that it made a difference to have a word for it, or
Yeah,
it was
I
just
think there is a little bit like that, but there's others. I mean, and from what I've done in little bits of research, I mean, apparently something like 15 to 20% of the population are HSP. So it's quite high. So I suppose it does help to know that there's others out there and we'll sort of have, there's benefits and there's obviously some downsides too. And and it's just learning to work with the benefits of being HSP, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you seen in your business, like, is there a correlation between HSP and gut issues and health issues? Because my my own experience and what I've seen is that since we are more sensitive, we're also more sensitive to the whole system, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think yes, absolutely. We are our bodies are more sensitive. We're more sensitive to the energies around us, the energies in our environment, other people's energy even. We seem to be able to pick up on that. And that, yeah, all can impact our health. Even medications, alcohol, coffee, the foods that we eat, I think we're more sensitive to those too. And of course, that can have a downward, spiral effect. I mean, there's benefits in that we can go, okay, well, we can be a cheap drunk, right?
Yeah.
We only need 1.5 glasses of wine before we're like, well, okay, yeah, that's enough. Same with coffee. I can't actually drink coffee. Like, it just doesn't work well for me at all. Makes me even more jittery.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the other benefit of that is I think we get to learn what works well for our bodies, and we know what we should be putting into it and what we shouldn't. Do you know what I mean? We're a bit more in tune, I think,
Yeah.
if we choose to switch that on. I think some don't, but if we choose to go, okay, oh, maybe that's not something I should be consuming, or, maybe I need to work more on my self-care. Maybe I need to be avoiding that toxic person. Maybe I should be getting off social media, staying away from that. Yeah. But yes, gut issues, emotional issues, anxiety, depression, I think, especially more anxiety, seem to be quite prevalent. Hormonal issues because of the stress and the overwhelm. Yeah, seem to be quite common, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. And what I really like with working with you, because that's how we met, I'm one of your clients. And what I really like with that is that you actually look at the tests that I've done with the doctors, where they say, okay, you're okay. And then look at, okay, but okay might not be enough for me as an HSP or sensitive. Like, I think it's more
Yeah,
of the
everyone's
HSP, like,
normal's
yeah.
different, right? And their normal is a very broad range, and we do need to take all of it into consideration and be more holistic in the way that we look at the health of the body as well. It's not just about one particular area. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We want to be our best, not just okay.
Yeah, not just okay. Exactly. We want to be
Yeah.
functioning at our best, and we want to be not just going, okay, it's a thyroid thing, take thyroid medication. Why is the thyroid not working properly? Is it a particular nutrient that's missing? Is it stress that needs to be dealt with? You can do that with anything. And as soon as we just go straight to, and I'm not saying medications don't have their place, but as soon as we jump straight to the medications, often there's usually a cascade of other problems that come about from that. Not necessarily thyroid medication, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, yeah. And you also wrote about your own health journey. Do you want to, like, how has HSP affected you on your journey with two businesses and all the things that you've done?
Yeah. Okay. From a health perspective, again, I didn't think I clicked that I was so sensitive until recently. But if I look back, pretty much every time I've ended up having a health issue and then gone on a medication for something, I've reacted to that medication every single time. I don't think there's been one. So if it's an antibiotic, I'll have a rash. A dye for a CT scan that they did once for kidney stones, reacted, full on rash. Do you know what I mean? So I've sort of learned over the years that maybe that's not the best approach. And so I've had to try to find natural solutions and natural options. The best that I can. Obviously, it's not always the case, but yeah, the best that I can. And I found that I seem to be able to tolerate and much better results, obviously, as well, rather than just covering up the symptoms. When we have amazing natural antimicrobials, which are, like an antibiotic or an antiviral, where we don't need to use in some cases, antibiotics. So yeah, so there's that side of it. In terms of using it in being HSP in my business and my practice, I think it helps me be more compassionate and empathetic and have more connection with my clients. Yeah, I think it helps with that. I think it helps me more intuitive. I think I'm quite good at connecting the dots too. So it's not necessarily facts, but I can sort of see where all the connections are. So if someone comes with a whole huge host of health issues, I can go, oh, well, actually, that could be from that and that. And do you see what I mean? So
yeah, definitely the detective work that we've done as well. I can really see that. So that I talk about sensitivity as is your superpower. So that's where you see your
that's, yeah,
super.
superpower. It is. And I suppose actually you have made me realize that it's a superpower, because I don't think I always thought that. I really thought it was a big hindrance. And I remember saying to a friend, I'm like, why am I always, so easily can get upset. I can't watch horror movies. I can't, yeah, I
Yep.
can't watch anything sad, but it's also a bit like I'm drawn to reading these awful news articles or something like that. But I can read them and just be bawling my eyes out. So I always thought this is not cool, but at the same time, yeah, there definitely are benefits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping me realize that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I created this as well. I want us to see it as something positive, and it's like what you said with the medicine, like really listening to what do I need? What is my body telling me, and use it and see the positives, because it
Yeah,
is easy to look at the negatives.
it is. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And I think self-care is so important. Um, yeah, for us like HSPs, right? I mean, it's important for everyone, but in particular, we need to realize what's not good for us and what is, and then do more of that, of the good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. What is your favorite self-care?
I think sleep's the most important for me.
Mm.
100%. Sleep is so important for your immune health, for your emotional well-being, for your gut health, for pretty much your nervous system, for your brain health, everything, right? It's definitely sleep. And if I don't get enough sleep, I know about it. It affects everything. So I'd say, yeah, make that a priority. I mean, especially if you're more on the adrenal, high stress type person and anxious, that sleep between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is super important, as that's when it gives our adrenals time to recover and to heal. Especially if you live quite a stressful, busy life. Yeah. What else?
Great.
I suppose, yeah, nutrition. I've been getting into meditation this past sort of 6 months, and it wasn't something that I used to do, and I find that's really helping. There's other emotional freedom technique. I don't know if you know about tapping.
Yeah.
I find, tapping really helpful. Grounding, getting out and feeling the grass between our feet and listening to music. I find that really helpful, or anything creative. Yeah, I suppose we're all different. You just got to do what you enjoy. Exercise, yoga. I like yoga. Yeah. How about yourself, Frida? What do you find?
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same actually. Sleep, nutrition, yeah, meditation, yoga, walks, nature,
Yeah.
also moving a bit. I do pole dance, just trying new things. I
Awesome.
love that as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. So I call this series the sensitive success stories. What is success to you?
To me, actually, it's balance.
Mm.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest here. I'm still working on that.
Yeah. It's a journey.
Yeah, it is a journey. I think for me, it's balance in all areas. So it's not just about career and financial. I think we sometimes focus on just one thing, you know, oh, if we're making enough money, then we're a success. I don't look at it that way. I think it's, you know, is family life and social life, spiritual, emotional, all those things. Are we sort of taking all of those things into consideration, and have we got a balance between them all, and enjoying those things and doing things that we enjoy in all those areas? That's for me what I think success is. And
And what does balance mean to you?
yeah, balance meaning not focusing too much on one thing, right?
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
and keeping things in balance. So I have numerous times before just focused solely on career, right? Or, you know, and just worked my butt off studying, or, you know, try and build businesses, and maybe forgetting about health, right?
Yeah.
Or forgetting about maybe not as much time with the family or that sort of thing. So for me, yeah, success would be getting that balance right, so that I'm enjoying all aspects. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, we're going to try to keep this to 20 minutes, and I'm really excited that you wanted to join us. It's gone fast, but it's been really interesting as well. So is there something else you would like to say, if there's someone in the beginning of their journey, or maybe feeling that their health is holding them back a bit? Do you have anything that you would like to?
Yeah, I mean, if definitely if health is still and you've been working on self-care and you're still not getting anywhere, and you know, addressing stress and sleep and eating really well, sometimes you do need additional help, and I'd suggest seeking out someone who is in the holistic health field. Personally, I think, who's willing to try to identify some of those root causes, whether it be a nutritional deficiency or a poor gut health, that, you know, a gut that needs to be healed, whether it's a structural issue needing, you know, chiropractic adjustments or osteopathic manipulation, whatever, you know, yeah, seek a help from someone who's able to do that, and to uncover and go deeper, rather than just keep covering up the symptoms. And I think that would really, really help you. And as you know, Frida, it's helped you too. So
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. So if they want to get in contact with you, where can they find you?
Um, Compton Chiropractic and Functional Health is in Auckland, and that's one way for in practice. But online, follow me on Nourish to Flourish, NZ. I think it's NZ Limited in some of it. If you follow on Facebook or Instagram, and also I do online consults, so no matter where you are, I can help people. Yeah, get to those root causes and help you. Yeah, be the best that you can be, which is what I love doing, which is my passion.
Yeah, perfect. Great. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you to you who listened. And just write a comment. What's your biggest takeaway from this conversation? And I'm looking forward to see you next week again. So thank you very much for joining us, Georgina. See you
Thanks so
later.
much. Thanks, everyone. See ya. Bye.